Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. We are at the tiny laundromat, going to see what it looks like in here. For a while there, it was just super dirty. Every time we came here, the last few weeks, it's been a little better. So, it's not a little better this week. It is awful. I don't know what is going on around here. There's just those feathers, dog hair, wrappers. I don't know why people can't just like clean up everything. Thanks for taking my water bottle. Okay. Apparently someone lost their water bottle. Oh, the trash is... I keep seeing clothes in here. Like, I mean, we're in the laundromat, but an abnormal amount of clothes are being thrown away. But we didn't have any calls about people complaining, so we have that. We may have a new plan for here, depending on what happens with the other laundromat, the good laundromat. I know, someone said I shouldn't call them the good, but I do, just because it actually makes money. But I might be getting new machines, new to me machines in the other laundromat, so we can replace some of these out of order ones. I also might get some new dryers, because these dryers work, but not super well. These work really well. We put these in a couple of months ago, but these still have some issues. So if we had 10 working dryers, 10 working washers, maybe it'd help things. And I have talked about possibly selling this. And yeah, if all the machines were working without out of order signs, I think that would also make it more sellable too. Also has an apartment next door that's rented, has a garage in back that's rented, has a little car wash in back that half of it works. So we're gonna throw that away. It's got some positives, it's got some income coming in, but it also has some challenges being a very small laundromat. I've talked about before, we've tried to get bigger machines in here, just keep running into roadblocks. We need a concrete floor, we don't have one. We could put in some concrete, it'd be a lot of work. But then we don't have three-phase electric. You need three-phase electric for most big machines, and that's really hard to do. You can do some three-phase converters, which are literally thousands and thousands of dollars for one machine. We could try and get soft mount two-phase machines. You have to order them. These machines weigh hundreds and hundreds of pounds, so freight shipping is very expensive. You're looking at probably $6,000 to $8,000 for a machine when all said and done. And for a small laundromat that doesn't really make any money, it's hard to justify spending that kind of money. So I'm like, well, what if I spend the money? Oh, of course, that one's got an error on it. What if I spend the money on the other laundromat, then we just make this one slightly better and go from there? That might be the better route. At least that's what I'm thinking. So let's count some money, clean this place up, and see what we've got. So that's what a quick sweep got us. Socks, candy, trash, so much dirt. There's just dirt everywhere. I just don't know. I guess did it rain last weekend a little bit? But so much dirt. All right, we're gonna check the change machine. Maybe all the quarters are gone and there's just tons of money in here. Well, it's not awful. We've seen way more quarters in there before, and we want less quarters is what we want. So, not the worst, not the best. See what's in the small one. So many keys. Okay. It's getting time to be filling that up again soon. I wish people would just use the one on the right, but I mean, I'm glad they use them both. I'm glad they use them. Any money we can get is good, we'll put it that way. Okay, we're starting with the dryers. Like I said, we could probably make more money if we had everything working all the time. But I've never really been in this place where it was packed full of people. In fact, I don't think you'd want to be in here if it's packed full of people. There's not exactly a lot of places to hang out. So mostly people come, get their laundry started, go do something else, then come back. And get their water bottle stolen, apparently. Ew. That's not very good. Is this one not working well again? We just thought we had fixed that one. Okay. This one usually has almost nothing in it. A little bit. And that's not that great. I was trying to be optimistic. Oh, that's okay. We've seen worse, but we've also seen better. All right. Since this one had an error code on it, I'm not expecting much out of it. Oh, wrong keys. I just sneezed, so I'm wondering if all that hair I picked up off the floor was horsehair. Probably. I didn't pick it up. I swept it up. I know better than to pick it up. There's actually a decent amount in there, so that one's actually really good. This one is broken, probably beyond the point where it makes sense to repair it, because these things really aren't worth that much. Okay. That wasn't awful. It's so dirty. What are people just bringing dirt umbrellas with them and opening them? I don't know. Our little baby guy. There's a few more in here. We'll take all we can get. This might be a little better than last week. I feel like that one was fairly full. Yeah. Look at that washer, they're just dirt all over it after going through a wash cycle. What are you cleaning? There we go. All right, we'll count those up. We also need to check the car wash. See if it did any better this week. We'll run this one. It's so dirty. All right, we'll check the car wash. We'll also check the vacuum. Haven't done that for 2 weeks or so. I haven't seen this tenant for a long time. When he first rented, he is here all the time. And my guy I think we talked about this last week. I don't know if I remember to ask him if he said he cleaned these out. It sure doesn't look like he cleaned them out. They get lots of, oh look, it's not leaking. He did say he thought he fixed that. There's all kinds, like the water is, there's not as much water in them, but you need to get all the mud and junk out of there. Okay. The good news is, things work slightly better than they did before. We kind of redid the one car wash bay. Before it would always shut off. Not always, but like every 2 or 3 weeks, a breaker would trip. Hey, that's better. Not gonna break any records, but better than it has been. It's been pretty awful the last few weeks. Let's see what we've got in here. Like $6 maybe. Okay, let's see what we've got. I actually had 975 in the vacuum. So we'll subtract the 975 from there and see what we end up with. That was a little better than the last couple of weeks. All right, dryers. We're shooting for 400 here. We'll see if we get it. Almost. That's better than last week. So not quite 400. We'll hope we'll get like 900 between the washers. That's what we're gonna go for. All right, we got 400 from the new washers, new to me. So we've got a chance. We might, 1,000 might be greedy. Okay, we'll get our chart together, show you what we did. That's better than last week, I know that. It's not a record, it's better than last week. Hopefully we can keep things, hopefully someone else just comes and buys it for way too much money. But as long as we have it, hopefully we keep the trend going up, which we tend to do. And then we have some kind of catastrophe which kills our sales, and then we try and recover and just do that over and over again. Come on, Brock! Good job, Brock! All right, now to see how we did. So my son Bracken is 13 now, as is my daughter Kaya. My other daughter Irely is 5, and he started cross country this year and has been doing awesome. I think he was 34th out of 400 in his last meet, and I had to leave. I don't know how he did in this one, but he did really good, so good job. My dad was a really good longer distance runner. I was always more of a sprinter. But anyway, here's our chart. And you can see the crazy up and downs of this little laundromat. Had an awful winter. Machines were broken. Change machine kept breaking. Just had issue after issue after issue. Car wash was broken. Slowly we got things fixed and things were going much, much better. And then we had a power outage for a weekend, which killed sales. And we're getting close to where we were before. So it was a pretty good week. $389.50 total. 242 from the washers, 97 from the dryers, 40 from the car wash, 9 from the vacuum. That really made a huge difference. And I need to take the vending and soap and pop off since we don't have those. I actually saw a soap machine on Facebook Marketplace, looked just like mine, and emailed them, messaged them, no response, nothing at all. So I took this one from another laundromat, and it's just never worked. And so that could add a little bit of revenue, but not much. It's mostly just nice for people if they do forget soap or need something, detergent, softener, dryer sheets, things like that. So, not bad. Very dirty. We did get it cleaned up some. I feel like people keep saying we need big washers. And I agree that'd be nice to have, but it's just so tough to do. But we could have some bigger or better dryers. I think that really is what frustrates people more than anything, is if the dryer isn't working or not drying right or has issues. And those older Dexters have been giving us issues and are pretty old. I mean, they're probably, 50 years old by now. So that could be something that really helps, is if we get some better, nicer dryers, as opposed to spending so much money for one washer. Like I said, I have an opportunity to buy some that are pretty cheap, and we could swap out 3 stackable dryers, which is actually 6 dryers, probably for about the same price as getting one washer, maybe cheaper even than getting one big washer, and with freight and everything, and not even knowing if it's going to work. They're just so hard to find. So I think that's the plan. I could also just swap out dryers from my good laundromat. If we put big machines in there, bigger dryers there, I'll have kind of similar dryers to what I've put in before at this laundromat, the ones on the farthest back wall that work much better. I could do that as well. It wouldn't cost me really any extra money except for time for my guys to get them installed. Or I could get newer, nicer looking ones for a few $1,000s probably, like total. So still thinking about that, still waiting for some finalities of that deal too. So hopefully I can get that going. I don't know if I talked about it before, but I've got a good line on some used equipment from my other laundromat, get some bigger machines there, and some of the stuff I don't need there I might be able to take over to this laundromat. So, not the worst. That's encouraging. It's nice to see sales go up some more. Hopefully they keep going up. Like I said, I wouldn't mind if it sold. I'm not actively trying to sell it right this second, but if I get new to me or newer machines in there and everything working, that would be the time to sell it, right? That would be the time to sell it. The time to sell it would be when sales are on the increase and going up. You want to sell it on a good note, not on a bad note because you're sick of it and can't stand it. Which is tricky, because if it's going good, people want to keep it. If it's going bad, that's when they want to sell it. All right, let me know what you think. Of course, we'll be back next week. Of course, we'll have the other laundromat. If you missed that one, it did really good. That video was posted yesterday, and we'll be back soon.